welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, today I'm going to talk about what, in my opinion, is the most extraordinary case when it comes down to all these different, let's just call it bond case. You know, the usual man come home, catch woman with him woman, or any of these cases that we've heard. This one is the most extraordinary of all. Not because I care about man and woman affairs, but because what it eventually led to. I'm talking about the case surrounding a young man. I think he was 23 years old when he passed away. And that young man's name was Kennard Chang, right? He was a special constable. Now, people, picture this. I'm not even going to act like the whole bond scenario is anything new. I mean, after all, this is Jamaica. And Jamaica is not just the murder capital of the world, or one of the murder capitals of the world. Jamaica is also one of the jacket capital of the world. I mean, I don't know where so much tailor come from. Jamaica full of tailor, I swear say, as some kind of Italian fashion house, right? But people, this one is serious, real serious, in the fact that the young man come home, catch man with him woman. But you have to first understand the backstory. See, his woman was a police officer, and the man when him come catch her with was also a police officer. So 3 police involved in this case. See, this is even worse than the JDF case. Remember the JDF case where the JDF soldier had a police wife and him come home come catch her with a policeman? See, I'll tell you why this one is worse. This one is worse because in that case, it was the JDF soldier, the husband, the man of yard, who squeezed off around and injured the Joe Grind, so to speak. In this case, it was Joe Grind who shot the man of yard. People ever hear something go say it? Right? Or, well, it could be the woman. To this day, we don't know who do it. Right? But I'm leaning towards the fact that it's probably the Joe Grind who do it. Right? Man come in, catch him woman with a man. Somehow, the young officer, Kennard Chang, pick up a round in his head. But that is not even the most extraordinary part of this story. It gets worse. These two, Simple Simon and Simple Simone, tried convincing people, say Kennard Chang take him own alive. They then proceeded to pick up the youth after one of them shoot him, right? Throw the youth in a car, carry him to hospital, and literally discard him body down at the hospital. And when them asked him, what me so? Them tell him, say, oh, I'm taking him on alive and left the youth. People, I've never heard nothing like this. Not even in a Hollywood film. Not even the most careless. If Hollywood come out with a movie named Careless Life, it's still going to be this careless. This is extraordinary to me. Remember, you know, one of these, the woman, a female woman, you know, right? And this just happened. And the matter of fact, the hospital staff reported that the man who dropped him off, the policeman, aka Joe Grind, not even that wear him shirt. That means he couldn't even bother put on him shirt, right? He just follow the woman, drop out the man down at the hospital and go on about him business. That is the heights of careless life. Now, you see, if the youth family, if Kennard Chang's family never full of sense, this thing would have blow over. If the youth family never know them son and know them relative, if his co-workers never know him, right, and put 2 and 2 together, this case will blow over. Because, as I say, the wicked woman and the wicked man, right, tell the people them say, are the youth. First of all, it's the woman still. She was the one who was really doing most of the testifying and giving statements. She said, Kennard Chang take him on alive. Now, one of the first things that stood out to the family was the fact that the youth was left-handed, but the round entered from the right side of his head, which obviously it's just not natural. If somebody go let them life and them left-handed, then the round will go up on the left side of them head. There's no reason for them to reach on the other side of them head, right? That's just not what happens, right? Not even a movie. That was one of the first things I stood out to the family. Then when people start furious, say, hold on, other man help drop off down the hospital, man never that wearing a shirt. Question start ask. See, people, I want you to understand. that even after this went down, I'm telling you, I'll tell you why. Cause it gets worse than the people. I know you're thinking, no, sir, I hate that man. You can't get no worse than that. Oh, it gets worse. See, Kenneth Chong was raised by a lady who, I think is one of his family's auntie or something like that. A lady by the name of Myrna. I think, if I'm not mistaken, her name is Myrna Bennett. She was the one who raised him. When the old wicked woman, right, go tell Miss Myrna what happened to our precious Kenneth Chong, you know, even though he's not her biological son and she raised him, so she probably love him like her own son. The lady end up drop out the exact same day. The woman drop down on dead people. When she hear what happened to Kenneth Chong, Miss Myrna, the woman dropped down and dead. I guess it was too much for her beer. So this wicked woman and her Joe grind not only caused Kenneth Chong to lose fame life through murder, but Miss Myrna end up lose fear one too. I wonder if you realize that one as a people. Now you see why I say this is the most extraordinary case I've ever heard when it comes down to any of these things. Now understand this. You might be asking yourself, then Sir P, what come out of it? See, initially, because it was ruled, say, Kenneth Chong take him on like what that woman testify say. But the family kept pushing and investigators kept investigating, and fair play to the investigators and the police, the good ones, because they're lots of good ones, them end up put two and two together and realize that no, this youth never take him on alive. Remember the people, Kenneth Chong dropped out in 2013, and it wasn't until 2018, just 2 years ago, it was accepted, say, you know what, Asmali killed the youth. 5 years later, them accepted, say, listen, Asmali killed the youth. So now, we ask the question, what happened to the policeman and the woman? And the only reason why I don't call her name is because I don't have a picture of her. And I don't want to just call out the name and then everybody wanna know with that name they wanna meet, wanna start pre the people them, right? I'm not gonna do that. People. The policeman, aka the Joe guy, fly out of the country initially, because you know, guilty conscience. Then him fly back in Jamaica. He was then arrested shortly. And then him get let go again. You see people, them couldn't build a case against him. You know why them couldn't build a case against him? Because the wicked woman wouldn't cooperate. You see, you need the woman, even though you're saying to yourself, well, are two people in there, so almost one of them, you still need somebody for you to talk on the other one. The woman wasn't cooperating. So, them let go the police, and him left the island again. Right? Not because, well, he's not wanted or nothing like that. See, I want you to understand something. The place is so serious. And when I say the place, I mean Jamaica. It's so serious that even the person you lie down there at night time, you have to pray. Imagine your man, come catch your side man in Imia, and your side man shoot your man and kill your man. And you and your side man build a story. Say your man take him on alive. And then you and your side man carry him down to the hospital, we drop him off and tell the doctor say I'm taking him on alive. People, this is the heights of carelessness. And notice, once again, police woman and policeman. Listen, we're going to step on some can now. I'm speaking to the females in the JCF now. We need to work on the image. We need to work on the image. People, I have to be honest. Because that's all I can do. That's all I know how to do. Anytime you ask nobody about police woman, you very rarely hear nothing good. I'm sorry. But just talk with me here. If you know, who that female squad, she do, you want to know who she, you know what's she, and the only reason, people, I'm sorry. And you notice these cases, once you hear police and you know it go already. Ladies in the JCF, only can talk to other man want a police. Only not have to deal with no one squad them, you know. And no, Simple Simon, of course, I'm not talking about every single police. I'm not talking about every single female police officer. Yes, obviously they're not all the same, but too much of them are the same. Sorry, this reputation of being loose and careless, that is the stigma that hangs over enough females to the JCF. Sorry, I'm just saying what it is, right? I'm just saying what it is because from training, and remember people, we're talking about females who are in a male-dominated environment. So from training day one, man I pressure them, and if 500,000 man I pressure you, right, and you give in to 10% of that, that's the whole heap of man. No, of course, we can say, well, Sir P, that's unfair because people over here are so careless and people say, yeah, sure. But guess what? Nobody expect nothing from the go down the road. Nobody expect nothing from the girl along the road that look young, hot foot along the road. Nobody expect nothing. But people expect a certain image from a policewoman. Too much policewoman. I get caught up in these stories, right? That we are here constantly, and when news broke, it's always the same. Yeah, man, I want to quick kill this guy, you know, say the soup did I run through her, and that man did I run through her, and I don't think they are here. It's not a good look. And even when time you ask, you ask about the senior cops, then you say, yo, the only reason why she get promoted is because she lost sleep with so and so. It's not a good look. And sometimes I lie, yes. Of course, sometimes I lie. But because of the reputation, people are going to believe it. See, there are a lot of good female officers in the JCF who get what them get and they were them there because of their merits. But because of the careless one them, the good one them can't get no respect. Why not listen to me? There are a lot of good female officers who get what them get in the force because of merit. Because they're actually good at their job. But because so much of them use them front, forget up the ranks, and forget this and forget that in the force, right? The ones who do make it on their merits don't get respect. People, I'm telling you right now, it's very rare. It's very rare you find a female police officer that is truly respected in the force. And when I say respected, I mean from the man them when she's not around. Because if she's your soup, you have to respect her. If she's a soup, you have to give her respect when you run her. But when man and man together, and people don't know say Jamaican man chat woman more than woman. So you know say when the man them together, when you know say name a call. And when anytime they run police and a female name call, you hear her entire file draw up out of one cabinet. Isn't that a good look? These stories don't help nobody at all. Right? The fact say a member at the JCF, right? Or I mean he was losing, but whatever. The fact say a policeman come catch him, policewoman with a policeman, and then a policeman shoot the policeman, and the policewoman help the policeman cover up, same kill, fear police. People I wonder if realize a circus thing this. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, right? And I know the woman who was there now probably think, yeah man, why? A good thing that case I die down. No, not die down. See me dig it up back here. See me dig it up back and drop it right by it top here. Because people don't forget. We don't forget none. Right? We want to know what's going on with that case here. Right? Two people in the room. Somebody must know something. And let me tell you something, people. Corruption has something to do with it. Because this anyhow, it was two civilians who weren't police in our room with a policeman who lose him life like this. You see the two of them that talk, the two of them are going to jail. Somebody are going to rub time at jail. Them not give you no excuse. If one of them not talk, the two of them are going to jail. But obviously, police use police links and beat the system. And Kenneth Chung was a junior officer, right? He was a blue CM at that, special constable. So, you know, say, in the pecking order, in the food chain, fame rank not that big. So, if the Joe Grind was a bigger rank, he have bigger links and more talk. So, you don't know that guy already. People, I hope this video never offend nobody. The line about the police officers, the female police officers, but I just saw the thing said. Right? Image need for work on. Tired of them cases. I'm tired of hearing people that tell me, say, oh, she. People, stop it. I know JDF has a fraternizing is stricter when it comes down to the word fraternizing. Well, at least they used to. I don't know what it is like now, right? But maybe JCF have to start adapt something like this, right? It's just not a good look. Anytime these stories come out, both female cops get catching in some kind of compromising position, you always hear the stories come right after. Yeah man, I saw them stay man. Yeah man, should I run through the whole of the station too? Yeah man. People, isn't a good look, right? Anyway, Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment, and share the video. Bless.